Greetings, everyone. Can you hear me? Apologize for being late. Emergency came up and I had to run real quick and just apologize.
Yes, we can hear you, Jim.
Okay. Again, I apologize, and we will get started with this in just a second here. But again, we're really sorry that we're starting so late today. So give me a second here. I was ready to go. Let me just pull up my screen here. Let me get the PowerPoint going. Just bear with me a second here. We will. Okay, here we go. This is our rewards Ripple presentation. Because I'm starting a little late, I'll try to shorten this up as much as I can and still get you the full details here. So put a comment in the chat, let everybody know that you're here and that where you're from, so we can keep a record of that. So okay. Again, my name is Jim Wagner, and I represent Team Positcash, and we are excited about where Ripple is and where we're going. And we're going to be sharing with you some things about Ripple so that you have an idea of where we're going, what we're doing, and why it's important to get involved today. So, and first of all, don't overthink this process. It's a very, very simple program, something that you're probably very well aware of. It's the world of reward points. If you think about it, you have all kinds of reward points that you can get from different entities like airlines, hotels, grocery stores, games. Everything that you can think of today is offering some sort of reward. But in many cases, all you can get for those rewards is something from that particular program. For instance, I get my groceries at a Kroger store. Great deals. I mean, I get $1.25 a gallon off in gas. I mean, it's hard to beat that, but it's only gas. And Rewards Ripple, as you'll see, has much more than just gas and much more than just simple things, all kinds of things that you can benefit from with Rewards Ripple's program. So with that being said, let me show you a very brief video that explains the program and what we're trying to accomplish.
Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers to their members. As you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around the world. The Ripple platform allows you to earn free points daily, which you divide 50-50 with a national charity, and use your points for your day-to-day necessities. Let's explain. Every time you play or participate in any of Ripple programs, you're always helping charities around the world. And the best thing is you have the opportunity to pick which charity you want points for, and can change. On the Rewards Ripple platform, we offer many different games, surveys, and postings you can post on your social environment, where you receive points. Then these points you can use on the Ripple auction site. Yes, that's what we said. You earn free points where you can use them to bid on your day-to-day necessities, like groceries, hygiene products, food, and many other items that you may be short of in your day-to-day life. Wow, you may say, but it even gets better. Sometimes we all get behind on our bills, whether it's rent or your utility bills, or maybe you are late on a student loan or credit card payment. Well, just go to the auction site and bid on Make My Payment for Me. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, on the auction site, there are luxury items, things like cruises and vacations, airline tickets, even cash money, and all these are free to you if you win the bid. The more games you play in, and the more postings you post, the more points you receive. Then simply place your bid on the product you want. And don't forget, every time you win, your points are divided 50-50 with the charity you are playing for. And guess what? They can go to the charity side of our auction site and bid just like you. In fact, we are setting a new standard for charitable organizations, as they don't have any of the red tape they normally have to go through with a traditional donation. It's simple. Let's say the nonprofit organization is looking for a pallet of water or warm clothes. They just place a bid on a pallet of water, or the warm clothes they are looking for. And if they win the bid, the product is immediately shipped to the people or organization they are trying to help. It truly is a game changer for charitable organizations. Think about it. As soon as they win the bid, the product is on the way to make a difference. No red tape, just true results. In the meantime, let me tell you how this can be life-changing for you and your family. Every time you refer somebody to this exciting program, you get 20% of their winning share of points. And what's even better, 10% of their winning share of points goes to your fundraising program or vacation fund. Make sure you visit our website to get a full understanding how our referral and fundraising programs work. So sign up and start telling your friends and family or anybody you meet about Ripple, as every time they play and you win points. And it even gets better. With some of our partners, you can even win real cash all for playing in their games. So again, share this new incredible platform with your friends and family, which will make a difference in their life just like yours, as they can win their day-to-day necessities just like you. And remember, it can be anything from groceries, pay a bill, or cash. And don't forget, if they win, you win. At the same time, you are doing your part by playing for charities and winning points to make a difference to the people who need the help. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is truly to help charitable organizations and struggling individuals. At the same time, make a little difference in your life by getting the day-to-day necessities with the odd luxury items. How can you do this, you may ask? It's real simple. Our advertisers play an 8 to 12 seconds video in our games, advertising their products that fit your profile. And if you want to purchase through the ad, you often are giving a discount. By you watching the advertising, Ripple generates an income that we purchase products for the auction site, where you are able to bid on the items that you want. This is truly a win-win situation for everybody. Sign up now and let's make a difference. We thank you for being part of this game-changing platform, raising funds for charitable organizations around the world. The revolution starts now. So make sure you join us on one of our weekly webinars to find out more. As we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a game-changing program. You find very, very few programs where you can actually play for yourself and win for charities at the same time. We call it I Play, We Win. 50% of what you win goes to the charity, and 50% goes to you. Now, in most cases, all the points are going to be divided that way. Every once in a while, we'll get a specific charity that we're really trying to help, and we may give 90% of the points to that charity because of the need that they have. But that's rare. Most of the time, it's going to be 50-50, 50% to you, 50% to the charity. So we're creating a program where players and charities, everybody wins. And we're going to stand out because it goes beyond just individual interests. And with your enjoyment, you'll also align with meaningful contributions. So how are we going to do this? First of all, we don't want to create a burden. You have enough burdens that you have to deal with. So we don't want to create any more. But we also want to create a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. And we also want to create a solution. And along the way, we want to create excitement. So how do we do that? First of all, there's zero cost to become a member. Sign up, give us your name, your email address, and your phone number, and put a password in, and you become a member, and you can start earning points that you can use to help our charities. So it's no burden there. Now, a sense of fulfillment. If you're like me, every day you're getting requests from different charities, good charities you'd love to help. But in today's economy, it's tough, not just for the charity, but for you, because you'd like to help, but it's hard. You can't really do it all the time. So with our program, You don't have to worry about that. You can play in a game, win some points, split the points with the charity, and the charity can use them in their auction. So what about you? Do you need some financial help? Well, again, our program is designed to help you at the same time as it's helping the charities. And of course, everybody wants to be a winner, and that creates excitement. So how do we do this? Well, there's multiple ways that you can earn points. First of all, and the biggest way is referrals. Start referring your friends and family. Get them involved in this. This is a win-win situation for everyone. Again, there's no cost to sign up, so there's no risk. And of course, the Winner's Circle is part of our program, and I'm going to explain that in a little more detail shortly. The first game we're coming out with is Match It, and I'll talk to you again about that shortly. But I want to spend just a minute here on talking about our sports games. We have made some contacts that have put us in touch with some major organizations that involve sports, football, basketball, soccer, cricket, rugby, tennis, boxing, you name it. They're coming to us and they say, we love what you're doing. We want to be involved with you. So we're putting together a program called Have Your Say. Have Your Say, where a series of questions are going to come up. You answer the question correctly, you get points. You answer it incorrectly, you don't get any points. And the points that are scored in there, the charities that we'll be playing for in those games are part of the sports program themselves. So it's a win-win situation for everybody with that one. But that's just one thing. Another thing that you can do is posting banners. We'll be putting banners on the website that you can post to all your social media sites, and you get points every time you do. Also, some of the businesses will send you surveys after you frequent them. You fill out the survey, send it back, and they'll offer you some sort of an incentive to come back again. They want to know if they're doing a good job, and if they are, and to thank you. Many times they'll give you a discount the next time you come back. And there's much more to come because this is just the beginning, and we have many more things that we're going to be able to offer as we move forward. So what do you do with the points? Well, you convert the points into everyday necessities, and we do that through an auction. If you look on the right side of the screen, you'll see a sample of an auction. Now, this is not our auction, but it is something similar to what we have. And we'll be having ours up shortly, and you'll be able to see exactly how it works. But what you do is you're going to go to this auction, and you're going to be able to bid on items. And like I said before, we've said before on the video, you can go from everyday items such as your food baskets, hygiene items, and so forth. Or you could look for some luxury things, or maybe a gift card, or maybe pay a bill. Any of a number of different categories. Let me just show you. These are some of the categories that we're going to deal with: transportation, fishing equipment, food baskets, you name it. We're going to have it on there. And if you don't see it on there, let us know, and we'll try to get it up there for you, because we want to help every charity that we can help, and also want to help you at the same time. So let's talk about the charity for a bit. The auction for a bit. It's a different type of auction because we have what we call a second chance, and this makes the difference. You see there, after 3 bids, you lose your current bid points, but they go into a holding bucket to be equally shared company-wide November 1st of each calendar year. So look at the example on the right. Tom and Sue are bidding on the same item. Let's say it's a food basket. Tom opens the bid at 10, Sue bids 11, Tom bids 12, Sue bids 13, Tom bids 14. Now that's Tom's third bid. So if Sue doesn't bid at that point, Tom wins that bid at 14 points. However, Sue comes in and she bids 15 points. At this time, Tom loses those 14 points. Those points go into that holding bucket. Now, he can continue bidding if he wants to, but he'd have to start with new points, and obviously would have to start at 16 in order to be able to continue in the bidding. But this helps in giving a more of a common sense approach to bids, so you don't go bidding in a bidding wars and things like that and wind up losing all your points just for one item. So that second chance really makes a difference, because in November 1st, when everybody needs additional capital or however for gifts and food and so forth around the holidays, they're going to be available to you. Now, charities are different. And let me show you what we're talking about with charities and how do charities benefit from this. And I want to take a little bit more time with this, because this is where everything really comes together. Charities have a special auction. It's just for charities. You don't have to compete with your members. These charities are in there, and there's going to be obviously different items in the auction for charities, because they have different needs in many cases than you might have. So that's first thing. Second thing is, they don't ever lose their points. When they get the points, if they happen to lose a bid, they still have the same restrictions as how many times they can bid on an item, but they keep their points. And that's important, because we don't want the charities to lose out. Also, each charity that's involved with our program will be listed among the charities that players can choose when they play for. So in other words, whenever you are playing in a game, you have the option of picking the charity that you want to play for. And your charity, if you're part of our program, will be listed among those charities. So it won't be just your own members that are playing for you. You might people from around the world. They see what your mission is and they like what it is. They may say, I'm going to play for that charity today. Also, the 8 to 15 second video that we showed you on the video, on the initial program the video that I showed you earlier, that 8 to 15 second video, you supply us with it, and that'll go in the rotation of videos that players watch before they can play in the game. That gives you a chance to tell the world your story. What could be better than that? Now, the other thing too is, and I'll show you in a minute how that works, if the players are playing and they don't win, then that refers back to your website, so that you can actually see your website and not just an 8 to 15 second video. Also, a link to your website will be placed on Ripple's website. Again, exposure for your organization. Most organizations are looking for ways that they can get their word out of what they're doing to the world, so that they can have a better opportunity to complete their mission and goals. So how do you take advantage of this? Okay, first you got to sign up, obviously. Got to sign up, let us know that you're interested, and just give us some basic information. But you also have to get approved. We don't want somebody in there that's just a mom and pop would be fine, but just like a street vendor or something like that. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for legitimate charities that are operational, have been doing things for some time, and are helping their community. So we want you to approve. Now, having said that, we're not going to be overly strict if you're a legitimate charity, because we want everybody, as many people involved as we possibly can. Now, once you get approved, you want to let your supporters know. And what do you want to let them know? Well, first of all, let them know that they can play free games and get points for themselves and the charity. And then that they can use those points to bid in auctions. Now, you also want to share the Ripple video with them. So these are ways that you can get the information out to your people, and of course out to the world. And you also want to put information about Ripple on your website, because if you put it there, somebody just stumbles across your website, they're going to say, well, I wonder what Ripple is, and they'll check it out, and you can share the information with them. And you also want to promote it on social media. You obviously have most charities have access to social media. Put it out there, promote it there, so that people see that and understand that, And it's a win-win again for everyone. The people get signed up, they have a chance to win, but they're also helping you at the same time. And of course, you'll need to supply us with that short video about your mission, because you want to be able to tell your story to the world, and you'll be able to do that with that at least a sampling of what you're doing to the world. So let me get back to the first game we're going to pull up, and that's Match It. This is a great little game. I've been playing this for some time. Not this particular one. It's different, but the concept is the same. And here's how this one works. The first thing you're going to do when the site opens up, you're going to pick your charity. It'll give you a list. You go down, you say, okay, this is the charity I want to play for. And obviously, you're going to tell your constituents that when you go there, make sure you pick us. So once you've picked your charity, then you're going to pick a pattern in this game. And if you look at the pattern, it looks like a heart, and the heart is held in hands. And in that heart-shaped pattern, there are a number of heart-shaped diagram. There are a number of different patterns that you can choose from. The one on the left is a Y-shaped pattern that you can pick. And if you I'll back up for a second here. The game is played, starts on Monday morning at 12:01 a.m., just after midnight on Monday morning. And it goes through 11:59 on Saturday night. We don't play games on Sunday. But what happens is at 12:01, the first number of the week comes up. Now, it doesn't come up as a number. You won't be able to see it right away. It says, click here to see a sponsor's video before your number is revealed. So you click on that, and that's where that 8 to 15 second video comes in. You click on that, you watch that video. After the video is over, it brings you back to the game and the number is revealed. You click on the number. If it's part of your pattern, and if you look at the pattern on the right, it turns gold, like the ones in the middle. If it's not in the pattern, it turns red. And if it turns gold, you get points for that. If it turns red, you don't get any points, but it sends you back to the website of the video that you just watched. So again, it's an opportunity not only to share the word about what you're doing, but now when you go back as a player, you go back to that site, many times those organizations will offer a discount or offer a special program or special something that you can take advantage of it just because you're visiting their site. And if you happen to complete the pattern, you get more points. So it's a great little game. It's easy to play, less than 5 minutes a day, because as the numbers come up, they stay up for 12 hours. And these new numbers come up every 6 hours. So at 6:01 a.m., you now have the 12:01 and the 6:01 number up there. So you can play both games in about less than 5 minutes, and you're done for at least that part of the day. You do the same thing at, let's say, 7 o'clock at night, and you have the 6:01 p.m. and the 12:01 p.m. So you have an opportunity to play 4 numbers in 2 times in a day, and hopefully get your pattern. And like I say, if your pattern happens to be the winning pattern, what you picked, you're going to get additional points in addition to the number that you got for just getting each one right. So let me show you how the 50-50 and the split with how your share of the points work too. So if you look at the diagram on the right, the first at the top, it says, remember, you got 100% of the points. Right off the top, 50% go to the charity of your choice, and 50% go to you and your group. Here's how that works. They're going to take that 50% and you're going to break it out. So you won, and you get 20% of the 50% that you had. So you say, wow, how does that seem fair? Let's say I won 100 points, and I'm going to get 20% of that, 20 points instead of the 100, even though I'm actually less than that, 10, because it's 50%. So, but let me show you where the value of doing that comes in, because let's say you won and you get 20%, and you sponsored Tom. I'm sorry, Sue wins down the bottom, And Sue wins, and she gets 20%, and Tom sponsored Sue, so Tom gets 20%, and you sponsored Tom, and you get 20%. That's 60% of the 50%. That's a little confusing, but it really works out well. The other 10%, and I mentioned winner circle, that goes into the winner circle, and that's going to be huge, especially for you because you guys are our pioneers. You'll see why in a minute here. And let's look at the other side. The other side, when you win, you get 0 for your charity. You say, wow, I get 20% of the points of the 50%, and I don't get anything for my charity. Well, but look what you get. 3 levels. So you sponsored Pete, who sponsored Jack, who sponsored Paul. Each one of those charities, their charities gets 10% of that 30%. And you could have 100 Petes, and Pete could have 1,000 Jacks, each one of those. So every time you win, or let's say Paul wins, and he could have hundreds of thousands of people, you get 10% of the points of those winners. So even though you're giving up all the points, your points, you're getting back much, much more in return when you start building a group. Again, all this is free. It's just a matter of, getting the word out to the people. So referrals are great. I mean, we're looking for referrals all the time, and we're going to reward you for that. You get 5 points for everybody new that registers, and 25 bonus points for every 25 referrals you get. So make sure that you're getting the word out to your people, to your friends, your family. Again, it's all free. Take advantage of it. Now, hang on. I lost me. Hang on. Okay. Now, winner circle. This is specifically for everybody who's involved now. We're only going to have 100,000 members. We're not close to that yet, but when we get to 100,000, this cuts off immediately. And here's what it is. Anybody who acts swiftly gets recognized as pioneers in our program. The sense of accomplishment and pride of the import of a select group is critical. Only 2 requirements. 1, you have to participate in 1 auction a month and sign up at least 1 new member. That's it. Not every month, but just one time. The auctions, you do have to do 1 a month, but new members just 1 time. So you want to sign up now because, again, you're going to be our trailblazers and our pioneers. And here's what you get for that. That 10% of all the winnings of match it winners, of the people who win in the match it game, 10%, like I showed you in the previous slides, goes into that pool. And the total points in the pool will be divided equally at the end of each month between all individuals in the winner circle. Not just the winner circle points, but everybody from around the world. As this grows and we start having millions of people playing Match It, just imagine how many points are going to be in there. And just imagine what you can do with all those points. I mean, it's mind-boggling. So you guys are in a great position. But you can also help by getting your friends and family involved because, like I say, until we get to the 10,000, 100,000, that's that they can be involved in the winner circle as well. So it talked about this on the video, but let's reiterate this. Where does the money come from? It comes from the videos that our sponsors play. They are looking for people to watch their videos. They want to, just like you and charities want to share what you're doing. So that's what these sponsors want to do. So by putting up their videos as part of our rotation, they're not going to, it's one of the best forms of advertising that they can have. And they're willing to pay for that. So what they pay for having their advertisements in there. We take and turn around and use it to buy gifts and entries that go onto the auction site. So it really works for everyone, because the charities win, you win, and the sponsors win. Now, when you sign up, this is going to what your back office, they're changing it a little bit, but this is basically what it's going to look like. And the one thing I want to point out is there's a QR code there. If they just scan that QR code, it takes them to your site and they will sign up there. There's a registration form that they sign up. If they're not good with a computer or with a phone and they can't do the QR code, that's your code underneath it. You can just copy that, put it in an email and send it to them. And once they sign up using your code, it binds them to you for life. And so anything that they do becomes part of your group. It's a great way to get started. It's a great way to thank your friends for being your friends. So anyhow, that's about all I have to share with you. Again, I tried to make this as quick as possible because I know we started late today, but I want to thank you for coming. Look forward to seeing you on our next training. Our next Dave will be doing the next call, I believe, next Saturday. If that changes, just keep watching for emails and posts that say that's changed. So support Kelly with her calls, and we will, like I said, we'll thank you for coming, and God bless, and we'll see you next time. And I just remember, I'm sorry, let me come back in again. Match it is the key word for today, folks. Get that in. And Sylvie's already put up the form. So go ahead and fill out that form, match it. I apologize. When you get started late and you're trying to catch up, sometimes your mind does funny things on you. So anyway, again, thank you again, and God bless.